Good evening. Welcome to our Christingle Service here in Caldwell Parish Church on Christmas Eve. If you didn't get an orange when you came in and you'd like to make a Christingle, then you can get an orange. I think there's still a few at that table there, and there's some more on that side there, so feel free to go and grab an orange, or you can maybe grab one later on. So at the front here, I've got cocktail sticks, I've got sweeties, I've got blunt knives, and I have glow sticks. And we're going to be using all these ingredients along with our oranges to make our Christingles this evening. And at the end of the service, once they're all made, we'll switch the lights off for a wee moment so we can see them all glowing in the dark. So we're having our Christingle service here in the darkness of winter to remember the true meaning of Christmas as we celebrate the birth of Jesus, the birth of Christ, who is the life and the light of the world. So I'm going to start by telling you the story of the very first Christingle. So it's a bit of a legend, this, and the story varies slightly. But there were 3 children who were very, very poor. And in their village, when they lived a long, long time ago, the tradition was that children took a present for Jesus to the church at Christmas time. But these children came from a family which was so poor that they couldn't buy a present to take to the church. So the children had to look about the house to see what they could find. And they found an orange, just one orange. So they thought, we'll take that to the church. And one of the girls, she had pleats in her hair and they were tied with red ribbons. So to make the orange look prettier, she untied a ribbon from her hair and they tied that round the orange. And then they wondered if there was something else they could do to the orange to kind of jazz it up a wee bit and make it even more special. So they looked round about the kitchen and they found some wee bits of candied fruit and some raisins at the back of the cupboards and some cocktail sticks, and they used those to decorate the orange. And then the final thing they did was they made a hole in the top of the orange by cutting off, there was a horrible green bit at the top, so they cut that off, and then there was a hole in the orange. So what they did was they put a single candle in the top of the orange, and they took it to church and they lit the candle, and that was their gift. And do you know what the other children did when these children brought their orange? They laughed. They said, that's a rubbish present. Imagine bringing a present like that to church. Imagine bringing a present like that for Jesus. And the minister stopped them and said, no, no, no. You need to wheesht. You need to be quiet and listen, because this is the best present that could be brought to the baby Jesus, because it has been brought with love and with care and with devotion by these 3 children. So as we make it Christingles, we'll learn more about what it was about that gift that made it so special and that reminds us of the true meaning of Christmas. But what we're going to do is we're going to start now by singing together a Christmas carol. I'm sure you all know we're going to sing together, Away in a Manger, and we'll just stay seated. We'll just stay sitting down to sing through our service. And the words will come up on the screen. Now we think about what it was that the minister said was so special about that Christingle. And to all the children that had laughed, he held up the orange and he said, this orange, this round orange, represents the whole world. The world which was created by God, the world which is loved by God, which is cared for by God. And we remember as well that God trusts us to look after his world. And the red ribbon round about the orange, that represents the blood of Christ, the blood of Jesus. It makes us think of Easter time. And we're reminded that God came to earth as a human being and died for us. So that's the start of our Christingles. And we're going to sing again now. We're going to sing, he's got the whole wide world in his hands. And some of you might know the actions for this. If you know the actions, please join in. I'm not very well coordinated, so I might forget them. So you can remind me if you see me going the wrong way. I should have asked you to choose whether you were singing sister or brother there. In the hymn book it's brother, which I think is very unfair to all the sisters in this world. Now, this is where we get to the exciting bit, and we're going to start doing things. So the children have said that they found raisins and wee bits of old candied fruit at the back of the cupboards. So we're not using grotty old raisins. We've got sweeties here and cocktail sticks. So I'll show you what you're going to do, and then I'll take the sweeties and things over to the tables at the side. So the easiest way to do it is take a cocktail stick and get a sweetie on the end of it, and then you stick that into the orange, and you're going to do that 4 times. And you know, every time I do this, it's always the yellow sweeties that are left over at the end. I don't know why that is. Nobody likes the yellow sweeties. So these represent the harvest of the world. The fruits represent the food that we eat, and we think of the people who grow the food and produce all the food that we eat. And you'll notice as well that it's the 4 corners of the world: north, south, east and west. So these remind us that there are people all over the world, and that we as Christians are brothers and sisters to Christians all over the world, no matter where they live, and no matter that we'll probably never ever meet most of them. So, quick look, this is what you're going to try and make. And if I could get a hand, Lorraine, do you want to take 3 over to that table, and I will take some over here. And just let me get them organised, and then I'll give the word, and you come over. And if anybody would like an orange that doesn't have one, this is the time to grab an orange. Okay, on your marks, get set, Go. Behind this side. Let's see if we need any more cocktail sticks over at the other side. Excuse me. Just put those down in case we're running out. There we go.
Right, go in, Auntie Sarah.
We've still lots of different coloured sweeties left over. So we've all got our, some people are already starting to eat the sweeties. So we've all got our Christingles with the 4 fruits. So we're going to sing again now. We'll still stay sitting down to sing See Him Lying on a Bed of Straw. So we remember that the children had put together their orange, they had the ribbon, they had the fruits at the four corners of our world, and then there was one more thing that they did to make their Christingle so special. Can you remember what that was? What was the last thing? The lights, yes. They put in a candle. So we don't have candles, but we're going to be using glow sticks, and they're better because they're much safer and you can touch them and you're not going to hurt yourselves. So at Christmas time, and you've already seen the lights here, the Advent candles, and the children at the school I went in during Advent and talked to you at an assembly about the Advent wreath. And we've got the 4 candles here, and also we have the one in the middle, which will be getting lit just after midnight, and that's the Christ candle. Because when Jesus came into the world, he was the light to the world, and that's what the candle or the glow stick represents. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. So in a wee minute, you'll go over and get your glow sticks, and this will need good adult supervision. The knives are blunt, but even so. So the glow sticks, you'll get a glow stick, and what you have to do, you have to make it glow before you put it in your orange. So you bend it in the middle, you'll hear it crack, bend it, and you shake it hard like that, so it lights up. Okay? And then the bit with the knife that needs adult supervision, very, very carefully, and maybe get help with this, just make a hole in the top of your orange. My orange has got a green bit on the very top, but you can make the hole right next to that. You don't need to start pulling green bits out. Make the hole with your knife, and then you just very gently, firmly push it in, and that's your Christingle finished. So, are we all ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Has everybody got their Christingles made and all lit up? So we're going to sing our last song. We're going to sing about our Christingles, and Nick is going to switch the lights off. So we'll be able to hold our Christingles up and see the glow sticks glowing in the dark, and we'll sing this song, and then we'll have the blessing, and then the lights will come back on for going home. And if you want to take oranges away or some of the sweeties, or make a quick Christingle or two before you leave to take home for someone else, please do that. So, lights off, and Sadie. Thank you all for coming along to our Christingle service this evening. May you all have a blessed Christmas, a wonderful time together with family, with friends, all the best of times, and early nights, and early to sleep for that special visitor who's coming later on. Thank you very much. Night, night, and God bless.